What's up, people? AMJ here, and today is Saturday, and I'm bringing it to you from the living room yet again. I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. Jared Job, you made a comment last video. You wanted me to pop the collar. This popped collar is for you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. Got a lot of amazing comments on the cow over to my right and the piggy on the back side of this camera. Someone did ask me what's up with the cape. And in short, the cape belongs to Rebecca now, but when Rebecca was 21 years old, her mother passed away from breast cancer. And her mom was a triathlete and a nurse and a reflexologist and a trainer and a coach. And she started participating in races, I think around the age of 37, 38, little later in life. Apparently she was not an athlete. And one of her friends was having a tough time with cancer. And Miss Sue wanted to help her. And somebody said, hey, why don't you run a race? One thing led to another, and she became Super Sue. She ran like 30, 40 marathons. She was a triathlete. She went from not being an athlete to running, fit in these 50-mile runs, marathons, tries, and just, participating in all types of these crazy events. She was very popular in her community. They nicknamed her Super Sue. Boom. Super Sue started racing. There's a picture right there of her for her friend. I believe her name was Ellen. I might mess that up. And they nicknamed her Super Sue. And then someone, I think, made her a cape, the Superman cape, and she wore it in most of her races. So Rebecca's mom's cape, picture right here of Rebecca, her sister Rachel, and her mom, hangs up on our wall in memory of Miss Super Sue. She was an amazing woman that I did not have the pleasure of ever meeting, but she's a strong presence in our life, so we keep her there in memory. And she's over my left shoulder looking down on me, make sure I'm behaving and, well, being good to her girl. Anyway, today I'd like to talk about something we hit on yesterday, which is about intuition, gut feeling, that thing inside. A lot of times, I had this conversation years ago, and it stuck with me because I said something that I found to be brilliant. And I was having a conversation with somebody, and we were talking about faith and this and that, and I'm a Christian and raised Christian. I'm a godly person. I'm also spiritual. I'm also kind of good with practicing other ideas. I always tell people, if thank God, my son is healthy. Rebecca's healthy. I'm healthy. But, if my kid were sick in the bedroom next door and there's nothing I could do but sit there and watch him be ill, I'll pray to whoever, and God and Jesus and Allah and Buddha, whoever, anything. And I think a lot of times when we find ourselves in positions of desperation, we've all been there when we make those promises. God, just one big deal. God, this one opportunity. Or God, can you just heal me? And I'll do this, and I'll never smoke again, and I'll never have a bad thought, and I'll never wish ill wills on people. We see this in all aspects of our lives all the time. And so we were having this conversation on faith, and I started to say, that person said to me, God doesn't speak to me. And I said, really? And somewhere I got into this thing about, people complain all the time that maybe, their lives aren't where they want to be. God doesn't speak to them, and they don't have a relationship. They don't have any communication, blah, 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 blah. Their life sucks. God has abandoned them, and then there are those types of people. Here's my 2 cents on that. I'm not a very, very religious person, practicing, or any of that, but the gut feeling, that thing that talks to you in your ear, and gives you some advice, and sometimes there's the little devil that's in the other ear. But sometimes in our lives, you get these feelings where you're inclined to do something. You get that, oh, I want to do this, and often, most of the time, people don't do it. And I believe that when something is put into your heart, into your spirit, something is telling you to do something, go after something, take a risk, get up and go talk to that guy, or get up and go talk to that girl, or ask that question, raise your hand, take that risk. That's God talking to you. And that's God saying, do this. And this is going to open up a window, a door, an opportunity for you. What happens is, I think we all get these opportunities. We all get these inclinations. We all get these ideas put in our heads. And most of the time, we pass on them, right? We get afraid. We hesitate. We feel that we're going to get rejected, or that's just not going to work out. I put my hat on to flatten out the poofy hair. And then when we don't take advantage of these opportunities, things don't necessarily go our way. And let me tell you, these opportunities, they don't always, it could always sort of be that other year, right? That maybe that wasn't a good idea. But most of the time, I find that if you take the risk, it's better to know that you got rejected, as opposed to like a week later, a month later, or a decade later, sitting back and going, man, I really wish I would have done that. I really wish I would have stepped up and asked that question. I really wish I would have taken that risk. I really wish I would have listened to myself and done what I felt like doing in the moment. And I feel like when you don't take advantage of these risks, you end up feeling like you are disconnected from your higher power, the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever it is. Because after a while, when you shut down that communication line, it gets very frustrating for both people, right? Think about it. Me and Rebecca, we have to communicate all the time. We go see a communication specialist. We go see somebody so that her and I can communicate better in our home. It's constant communication. She likes to communicate. If we don't communicate, we break down. She gets frustrated with me. I get frustrated with her. Little things that maybe didn't matter all of a sudden become big things. We've all been there in our relationships. And the same goes with the communication between the heavens and us. If you keep not listening and not listening and not listening, eventually this voice is going to get frustrated, and there's going to be some sort of breakdown between you and it. Your intuition is a gift. We all have it. There's something inside of you that's telling you, hey, do this. That is a gift. Everybody has this. Everybody has something inside of them telling, do this, do this, do this. And the more I believe, I don't have a PhD. I don't have any degree. If you don't know that, in psychology, I don't have any of that. I don't have any degree. Period. 0 degrees. This is just me talking from my personal life experience. I feel that I live my life. I think a lot more about the opportunities that I wanted to take and that I did not take, and I regret less of, if any at all, the opportunities I did take that didn't work out in my favor. There's a lot of people that I've approached for business, for interest, and approaching a girl, or approaching a potential investor, or a potential client, or in my real estate business, starting to go door knocking. There's a lot of rejection that comes with it. Oh my God, in the acting world, every audition, you don't get the job. That's a rejection right there and in there. Now, I don't take these rejections personally, because I don't know where those people are coming from. But I do know that if there was let's say, a big opportunity, a big audition, and I didn't go to the audition, and then I saw someone else get the part, I would kick myself in the ass. By the way, I don't miss auditions. When I was acting regularly, that was a promise I made to my family. I don't miss auditions, even the ones that I'm not right for. In terms of door knocking, I've been told no 100 times. I still bang on those doors. One day, those people are going to turn into a yes. I bang on the door. They can ask me to leave. My cold calls, people tell me, don't call me again. I thought I told you not to call. I keep calling. Eventually, they'll come around, and eventually I'll make a sale, and eventually we'll do business, and eventually they'll grow to like me. So don't be afraid of taking these risks because you're afraid of being rejected, okay? And just because that seed is planted in your heart that time and it doesn't work out that time, it doesn't mean that you don't pursue it, that you don't keep going after it and keep going after it and keep going after it. And the more you practice that muscle, the easier it is. And the easier it becomes, the better you get at your game, right? The universe is putting that in you because it wants you to succeed. The universe doesn't put things in your path and put these feelings in your heart because it wants you to fail. That's not the natural order. It wants you to do well. It wants you to thrive. It wants you to blossom. It wants the trees to grow. It wants the flowers to bloom. It wants the animals to grow big and strong, right? That's what we do here on this place we call Earth, the world, the universe. It wants us to succeed. And it's not being put in your heart because it wants you to fail or embarrass you or fill you with rejection. It just simply means that it may not be working out the first time, all right? And this conversation that I was having with this person, I know I'm just gonna ruin this. It plays brilliant in my mind because I said this, but imagine, life is you're on a highway, right? And your life, you're in a car and you're driving, right? 10 and 2. And you are so focused on getting to this particular destination and you're driving really fast and you think in yourself, to your mind, you know how to get there. This is the only way. And in the meantime, all these signs are just flying right past you. And sometimes you miss the detour or the exit here, or you miss the sign that says your exit is closed. The ramp is up for repair, under repair, and you're not gonna be able to get off there. And then when you pass it or you get there and you can't get off at your exit, you're frustrated, you're angry, and you're like, what the hell? How come I didn't know about that? Well, you didn't know because you weren't paying attention to the signs that the universe was putting in your way to help guide you. We all think that we're doing it our particular way and that our way is the way that it's gonna work out. And yeah, I'm a micromanager, I like to be in control of everything, but I have to leave room for the things that are wonderful in the world, things that are beyond, I don't want to say my control because I believe that things around me, the physical, a lot of that is under my control and they're my responsibilities. But when it comes down to God, I don't mess with that guy. He's a lot bigger and stronger than I am. And I'm just here to respect him. And I gotta, be okay with understanding that the curveball that he's throwing me is a simple redirect. And it's, even though in the moment it may not feel right, it may feel like it's hard or it's going to take me away from what I think my current objective is, it's just nature's way of saying, you're gonna get there, but I want you to go this way. And it's gonna put me on a better path. So, to recap real quickly, by the way, did I say subscribe? It's in my bio link. If you're watching this on IG, just click on it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is very helpful. Leave me comments. I really like the comments, cow, cape, gear, pig in the room. And I'm really just happy with the amount of support and love I've been getting here. By the way, coming onto social media and doing these videos, this has been something inside of me for quite some time, and I've been watching other people do it. And of course, I get in my own way. I don't have the right equipment, or I don't have this, or what am I gonna say? And for far too long, I let that go. And finally, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna do the best I can with what I've got, period. And my audience will find me. And yes, you have. I'm really grateful for each and every one of you. I'm really just happy to be doing these and affecting people and in a positive way. I got other stuff coming out besides the hats, behind the shirts. You've heard me talk about the book. The book, it's starting to get looked at and go through an editing process. So I'll be having that out soon. I like the title. I don't share it too much because I don't want anybody to snag it, but it's a good one. Have a very blessed day. Listen to yourself. You're probably right. Go with your gut feeling. It's probably right. And if it's wrong, at least you find out and you learn. And that's what it is. Learning, growing, learning. All right. Thank you for watching your boy AMJ, Jared Job. Here is the pop collar. I hope you appreciate it. If you want some gear, hit me up. Have a blessed day. Good luck. Make some money.